Welcome to this week's episode of Good Ole Gamers. I'm Lyle McClendon. I'm here with Brandon Gentry.
God damn it, how many times do I have to tell you people to go fuck off?
You heard it there. And we're here with this week's guest, first time on, Mr. Nick Widener.
Howdy, howdy.
So we're just going to get started off tonight with some news. Brandon, lay the shit on us you got tonight.
Yeah, I saw that in the new Tekken 7, Yoshimitsu looks like fucking Star Spawn of Cthulhu.
Yes.
It kind of rustles my jimmies a little bit.
It makes me think of like the girl that's dancing for Jabba the Hutt that he throws down in the fucking...
Yeah, I believe those are the Twi'lek race.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but...
Yeah, they have the big tentacle.
Yeah. Hey, what's the Rancor pit? That's what I've been sitting here stuttering on. But it's weird. It's really weird. It's definitely got Asian influence big time.
You're probably gonna see him co-star in some hentais.
He's gonna rape women with the back of his head.
You know, it's sort of like seppuku move in the game. He'll do it with his like tentacle dick or something.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, he's always the masked Ronin. Even like in Japanese lore, that's what he was. And I don't know, it really just it wrestles my jimmies because Yoshimitsu and Eddie are like my guys in Tekken. So they fucked with my guys.
Yeah,
fuck with my guys.
I guess you gotta do that though to keep shit fresh. Kind of like going back to Mortal Kombat X, you know, like.
Yeah, but I mean, in that
some of the character designs are radical.
He didn't get turned into a hentai rape monster, did he?
You got a valid point. I was just thinking along the lines like redesign.
I can say
it's necessary, but that's more like an overhaul, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's also probably going to show off a lot on the PS4.
Yeah. I'm so excited to play Tekken 7, though.
I'll play it. Obviously, I won't buy it because I don't have a PS4, but I'll play it. I still miss Tekken Tag Tournament. That was the best one in my book.
I did play some of that. I used to get so fucking frustrated playing you and Clint Parker at that game over at your house when you lived in the cave. And, oh, dude, still this day I have, like, fucking night terrors thinking about getting my ass beat in that game.
I love pulling off the Yoshimitsu seppuku move. Like, I mean, it's pretty much a game over if you missed it, and you probably would miss it. But if you hit with it, you probably won. Because it's like almost all their fucking health gone in one hit.
I'm really excited for Street Fighter 5 too.
Yeah.
Once that comes out.
I'm still really bummed that it's a PS4 exclusive, which...
Is Tekken going to be exclusive?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'd almost say it would be, but they're kind of hit and miss with that.
Yeah, because Tag wasn't, and Street Fighter X Tekken wasn't either.
And this isn't really news, but if you like Tekken and these kind of games, you should wait for Pokken Tournament. Pokemon Tekken Tournament. And right now...
It's a licensed game, is it not?
It's Bandai Namco making it. I guess they got licensed from Nintendo.
Yeah, they got all sorts of Pokemon.
Yeah, so it's like a fighter game, but you take control of the Pokemon. So, like, one of the things I saw was like a Machamp fighting some douchebag Pokemon.
They just added Pikachu also.
Sweet. But as far as I know right now, it's only planned for Japanese arcades.
Yeah.
So...
That'd be cool if they brought it over here just for arcades.
I would be cool. I would probably save money and buy one of those fuckers.
Yeah.
Assuming it didn't turn out to be a complete turd. That would be pretty awesome.
I'm out of the loop on that shit. I haven't seen anything about it yet, which I can get informed. I'm out of the loop on Nintendo. Big fucking
I
time.
am too.
All I have is 3DS, and dude, I don't pay any attention to the Nintendo Directs they drop.
Nintendo needs to stop letting anybody put garbage on their system.
I'm sick of Amiibo.
I mean, that's the reason they are where they are right now, though.
Yeah.
It's because, like, people, they've gotten to where they just don't want to put anything on the system because they just don't want to work with it.
Shovelwares.
There's so many of this shit.
Look at the Wii, man. The Wii, like, was the first console you could really look at and look at the game catalog and be like, well, who in the fuck is this catered to?
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a video game that's a Wii game of cooking recipes.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I playing Wii for if I'm trying to cook? Like,
The Wii had some good titles, but
Oh,
it's
yeah,
so overwhelmed
total.
with garbage
Yeah.
that it just gave it a bad reputation. I didn't care for it. I mean, I liked House of the Dead Overkill.
yes, House of Overkill is
Mario
great.
Galaxy games were decent. It had some decent titles.
Yeah, all that. Skyward Sword is one of my favorites, actually. I absolutely love that game.
That's how I played that one.
It's amazing. Like the one-to-one like sword play, like where you basically control it. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
that did look pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I still haven't. Skyward Sword is the
I
only Zelda I
got
don't
Twilight
have.
Princess without looking into it at all, and I was expecting to be able to one for one, control your sword.
Yeah.
But no, you flick your Wiimote. It's just like pressing A.
Dude, Twilight Princess on Wii is shit.
Yeah,
the
it
control of that game is shit. I would much rather have I got the GameCube version. I'd much rather have it any day of the week.
It's great on GameCube.
Since we're talking about consoles, my little news thing I want to chip in. And we might could post some pictures on the side of it to go along with the podcast so everybody can get
I think I can throw some links in the show notes.
We'll do that. We'll throw some links, but they revealed the retro VGS, and it is beautiful looking.
I'm a pessimistic, cynical douchebag. I'm going to wait till I have my hands on it.
A certain part of me wonder if it won't turn out like the game stick peripheral I got, like Android-based shit, like the Ouya or Ouya or whatever the shit that thing's called. I know it sucks. I know that much about it. And like, that's kind of what I was wondering. If it's going to end up being
They're going to have to make most of the good titles for it exclusive, or no one's going to buy it.
Well,
I can play the shit on my PC. I'm going to play it on my PC.
They're already saying that, like, supposedly they've got major developers ready to throw down on it.
Yeah,
and I've heard names like Capcom and shit like that.
I'm just skeptical of them putting in the resources to make games for a niche system only.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I can see indie developers doing it all fucking day, and they could probably make some damn good titles for it too, but I'm kind of sketchy on a big company developing for an exclusive for a niche console.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens.
I'll still buy it, just simply for the fact that I'm so just excited that a cartridge format console, like, even like the control ports on the front, it's got 2 USB ports, of course. But it's got 2 9-pin ports, like Atari and Sega Genesis as well. And they're saying the graphical levels of this thing will be from NES to PlayStation 1.
That's
like,
awesome.
because, I mean, they can fit cutscenes and shit on the cards now. You don't have to have CD-based media for all that shit.
Yeah.
Which was, back in the day, that's one of the things that did Nintendo in. Ultimately, we were talking about Nintendo doing the shit they do now. They waited too long to go to the disc format,
It's funny how all's come full circle. Disc format is way cheaper than cartridge format forever. Now it's coming back to where it's cheaper to put mass media on a store.
It was just like record player. I collect records and shit, and like, you can get the MP3 album for $6.99, or you can spend $15.99 and get the vinyl. But, that's where, I guess, personal preference comes in. But I'm excited about the VGS, but I'm with you on that because they're going to have to bust their ass to make it good.
Kickstarter project,
it is. That's the other thing that makes me iffy about it. It's
Kickstarters have been known to flop.
It's fucking people like us three in a room building the shit.
Is there anybody of any note really behind it?
One of the people that's working on the hardware and game development is the guy that developed Alex Kidd and Kid Chameleon and shit on Genesis. But there's some bigger name people. Howard. Oh my God. Any other time I would remember it. Howard something, though. Fuck. There's going to be dead air here.
Is there anyone behind it that actually knows what they're doing on the hardware side? Because I can develop a fucking game, but throw a motherboard in front of me and tell me to find which fucking capacitor's bad on it, and it's a different fucking story.
There's I'm looking right now. I'm trying to We'll post a link so you can read all this. I don't know the names of people that's involved.
I mean, I know it's like kind of ancient hardware, just miniaturized, but it's not cutting edge technology that they're doing. But you still have to know what you're doing.
Yeah. Here, the other person, Howard Phillips. Okay. What has Howard Phillips done? Very fucking ill-prepared again this
Well,
evening.
we know his name was Howard Phillips. That's an accomplishment.
Did he start Phillips? I doubt it.
Nah, I believe they're like Korean, aren't they?
Yeah.
No one from Korea is named Howard.
Dude, just take it from me. Just don't buy a console that's made by Philips. And if you don't believe me, come to my house and you can play my fucking Panasonic 3DO. Wow, I'm going to have to edit all that as I just fucked up. I said Panasonic. I meant Philips CDI and I said Panasonic 3DO.
That's cool.
Yeah, play the CDI. It'll make you sick, just like the fucking 3DO
Was it going to be the SNES CD?
Yeah.
No, the PlayStation. Well, yeah. Yay and nay. The PlayStation
that was the
original. And then Nintendo went behind the scenes, behind Sony's back to Philips to develop the CDI, and Sony got wind of it and we're like, well, suck our asshole. We're gonna it's not gonna be the Nintendo PlayStation, it's the Sony PlayStation. Another one of Nintendo's really bad business decisions that led them to where they're at right now.
They've been talking a lot about first party stuff, like they're going to be working. Well, I mean, they've always talked about like new IPs. Like they've been talking about making stuff like Splatoon. I don't know if you've looked at it much, but Splatoon looks amazing.
Oh, maybe you're into the know on this. Tell us some more about this because I've seen they had a bunch of news about this game come out. I don't know anything about it.
Okay, Splatoon is literally a third-person shooter for Nintendo fans. Like it's a rated E one basically. Like basically like the way it works is you have a paint gun and you're playing as this like octo person. And you literally spray paint everywhere, and you can either win by having takedowns, or you can win by having the most paint on the map. And basically, at the end of the game, they're gonna have all sorts of game modes like King of the Hill, stuff like that. Also, but in this, the main mode is you have takedowns, and then you also have like where you have to get your color paint.
So it's kind of like deathmatch with spray paint.
Yeah. Okay. And literally, you have different weapons. Like there's one, it's a roller, where basically you run around and it's like you're like a steamroller, because like if you run over somebody, you kill them. And if you like take it and you can shake it, like there's all sorts of weapons. There's snipers, like it's really cool. It's very Nintendo, like the way they did it. But I'm really excited because you're gonna be able to totally like create your own character and like stuff like that. They're trying to make it sort of competitive-y, like so people actually try to play it and everything. Yeah. And there's also going to be I don't know if either of you have Wii U's, but like literally none of the games there's no party chat. Like whenever you're in group with your friends before game, you can't party chat. You can't talk until you're in game. So, but this one's going to have party chat and all sorts of other stuff. So they're trying to embrace the today's gaming. So I'm really excited about that, though.
That's cool. That's the first I've seen or heard of it.
This is another part of the news is Nintendo's finally posted profits for the first time in 4 years.
Yeah.
Maybe if they pulled their head out of their ass, they could function like a fucking video game.
They've only sold 9.54 million Wii U's to date, compared to the PS4's 22 million.
I wonder how many were like this year and the year before, because like ever since it started catching wind, like it's starting to pick up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I know a bunch of people that are slowly converted to the Wii U, and Alex, my cousin, and he's a Wii U fanatic.
Yeah.
And they're fun. They're fun consoles, but it's just like, come on, Nintendo, like give me the power for the buck, give me the bang for the buck, man.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it is like you have to be like Nintendo they've always treated their like hard go-to fans like really good. Like they've always had all the virtual console stuff you want. Like they've never like they're starting to bring Wii games and N64 games to the Wii.
Yeah.
And maybe one day they'll bring Melee HD, make some of us happy. But like I love what they do with their with their systems. But
I did say that they're moving into the smartphone market. Have 5 launches before March 2017.
And none of it's going to be like Mario or anything.
It's all original new stuff. They said like later on Mario and stuff probably like they'll do ports probably, but until then, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's starting out in the Japanese market.
Probably.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Most likely.
I mean, Japanese cell phone market is fucking ridiculous. They have a different cell phone for every day of the week. Like it's trendy. And the smaller the phone over here in America, it proves the fact that while we're all fat, like if I see some good looking food and there's a lot of it, I'm going to eat all of it. I want that bigger phone. Over there, they're like, I'm fine eating a little bit of rice and having a fucking cell phone that's the size of a Tic Tac in my pocket. Like,
yeah. Another console release I saw, Elite Systems is remaking the ZX Spectrum.
You told me about this earlier, and that's kind of exciting.
Yeah, if you haven't had an experience with the ZX Spectrum, it looks like just a little keyboard with like these big rubbery buttons on it, and it was one of the first like home PC gaming units you could get. It doesn't really have any well-known games for it. It never did. It never was really big over here. I know it was bigger in the UK, I believe, but I think the biggest game on it was actually a Pac-Man port.
You can do a lot of like homebrew and shit on that, couldn't you?
You can make your own games on it. That was one of the main uses for it. It was, getting into programming. It was really good for that. This one is going to be it looks in places like the original, but they've upgraded it to where you can play it on your phone, your tablets, Macs, PCs, your smart TVs.
Your teeth.
Huh?
You almost said your teeth there for a second, but you can play it on your teeth.
Yeah, you can play it on your teats too. I mean, why not? Fuck it. It's got Bluetooth 3.0. It'll do Chromecast, Apple AirPlay, but fuck Apple. Wow. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Fuck Apple.
Amen.
Yeah. Fuck Apple. Suck on that, Steve Jobs.
Yeah, that's
rip.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it. I doubt I will get
Rest
it.
in peace, my
But
brother.
it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, I guess that's it for news. News is hit or miss.
I wanted to throw out that I've started writing for Amongst Geeks.
Yeah, you need to. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome. Brandon has moved on up in the world and got himself an authorship.
They're not a massive
That's cool though, man. That's getting the fucking foot in the door.
Yeah, to me that's like the biggest. That's the biggest compliment you can get as a writer is somebody you don't know coming out of nowhere and what you need to work
hey
for
man, you're good
I like
at
what
this
you
shit.
do and once you come do some work for me, that's the biggest compliment you can get. So yeah, if you check out their sites, amongstgeeks.com, they cover a lot broader topics than we do. We're mostly over in retro area, and they cover
geekery in general.
Yeah, movies, modern games, retro games, this little bit of everything. So we're not really competitors with them. We're just we're
kind of allies in this shit.
Yeah, we can kind of help support the retro side of them. So that's most of what we're writing about is retro PC games.
They don't have a podcast, do they?
No.
It's just like articles and that's cool.
I do want to bring this up. It's about PC. It's about Grand Theft Auto 5. They basically Rockstar, their system for banning mods. It's kind of been a little bit it's too hardcore because it's been taken out. Like people, if you're even playing single player mods and you go on your online profile, it's literally banning your account, so you can't go online at all. Like you have to play offline, and most people because I don't know if you guys played Grand Theft Auto 5 on PC,
I do.
but the FOV, the FOV on it is like I think it's only like 80. You can only go like up 80 plus, and people want it more because Grand Theft Auto is a beautiful game, and you want to be able to see everything.
Right, and from a competitive standpoint, you want a high FOV, which is field of view for those that don't know.
Yeah. And so basically, and if you email them and talk to them about it, they're literally telling you, sorry about that, you're going to have to make either a new profile or just stop playing the game. And I think they've got that kind of mindset where they've made so much money from that game, they're kind of just like, whatever,
It kind of pisses me off, too, already, because Rockstar, I played on Xbox One, and before Xbox One, I played it on PS3.
Yeah.
Rockstar's servers fucking suck. I will say that right now, and they can fucking hear it if they want to. Get your shit fixed. I get tired of getting fucking booted out of a game every time I get something going.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how it is. They shit can you right in the middle of something.
I mean,
constantly.
Within 24 hours, they sold like what, 20 million copies?
Yeah, it's like it's sold more. It's the fastest. I think it holds the record for like the fastest selling form of media.
Yeah, and it's been like what, 2 years since it came out, and they sold in a week. They sold 8 million on PC. I know that for a fact. That's like,
kind of is. It's, I don't know. They've sold so much, made so much money. They just kind of developed a hubris about them. Like they can just tell you to fuck off because, hey, you're one person out of so many million.
People still gonna buy this shit whether you do or not.
I don't fuck with mods, but I don't either. But I
have seen some of the mods on GTA 5.
Most people that buy for PC, like even people I talked to, they bought it specifically for mods. Because I mean, that's the
fun of it.
Like, yeah, I don't know if you guys played it, GTA 4 on PC, but you can literally play it as Iron Man.
Yeah,
you have mods, and it's just amazing.
We've talked about that because the role playing service for GTA 4 is what I really want to get into that shit, but. I'm just like, I worried about getting pulled over in real life, much less playing fucking GTA, you know. Rockstar, man, I agree with you, like having the ego and the hubris, you know, because Rockstar started out as Take-Two, and I think DMA Interactive, maybe. You know, look at the first Grand Theft Autos. You can't tell. They didn't make nowhere in fucking comparison to what they're making now. So they're that typical rags to riches story, and you can't shit on the people that are buying your fucking product, man. Like,
I think the best company that's gone along that route and still stays true to their customers is Steam. Like, or Valve rather. Valve treats their players right. They treat their customers right.
Except for the Half-Life 3 fans.
Well, I mean, they're not fucking them over.
They're just toying with them a little bit.
Yeah, they do. I mean,
they probably just don't know what to do with it. Like,
I mean, I
don't want to make a piece of shit, man.
Yeah. I'm cool they take another 3 fucking years and put out the most amazing game ever.
Yeah, I mean,
there's enough fucking Call of Duties and shit out there. I mean,
Call of Duties.
I don't want a fucking game every 6 months. I want an amazing game every few years.
Yeah, because like. I think it's Turtle Rock that made Evolve. They made Left 4 Dead, and Evolve was a flop. Like, that game was the biggest flop I think I've seen in a while. Like, I think they only have 2,000, like maybe 2,000 concurrent players on PC.
Really?
Yeah, and like I think Left 4 Dead, the first one has like 20 or 40,000. Yeah. So it's like I
wasn't a big fan of Evolve. I mean,
I loved it, but I mean,
I liked it. I did like it, but I think a lot of it. I'm so burnt out on first-person shooters, and which I mean, Evolve technically, you know, it's more than just your standard first-person shooter, but now, the Call of Duty's like the Black Ops 3 thing. Dude, my deal with the Black Ops thing is I'm mildly familiar. I'm not gonna lie to everybody and look like a hypocrite when somebody comes up here and looks at all my fucking PS3 games. I've played Modern Warfare 2 was still my favorite. I love me some Modern Warfare 2. And I like the first Black Ops just for One in the Chamber. One in the Chamber was my fucking jam. It made me think of our game of the week, Vault's game of the week that we're getting to in a little bit, but it made me think GoldenEye a little bit. And, you know, it just, that kind of shit.
Yeah. And another thing about Valve I really like is they still remember the shit that got them started, and they'll bring other people up to their level, like the modding community. They're really supportive of the modding community. Yeah. That's what Gary's mod is all about. Yeah. So they just fucking made this shit in his house, and they hired him on, and he's
fucking Goat Simulator.
Did you see the paid mods, and then it up and disappeared like that? Like, that did not roll with anybody. That was. Did you hear about that? Mm-hmm. Bethesda went with Valve, and they weren't making people, because you could still buy the free mods, but they were making premium mods for, I think it was like maybe like $20 for like Skyrim and stuff, and you could they were really good mods made by modders, but supposedly the pay cuts weren't going right, like for people, because most mods, really good ones, are built off of other mods.
Yeah.
So the pay cuts weren't going right, and that really fucked them really bad. So that disappeared. I remember because I refreshed Steam and it was on there. The next morning it was gone, and I was like, "Wow, that was quick."
Speaking of that thing, there is a bug on the marketplace not long ago that made like some of the marketplace items sell for millions of dollars, and then some other ones were useless, like pennies.
Yeah,
because it was a conversion area with the U.S. dollar and India's rupees.
Yeah, I think it was India.
Yeah, because over there, like thousands upon thousands of rupees, it's like a few bucks here.
Yeah.
So that conversion area made like some of the items on sale for the market cost millions of dollars.
There was,
and then
some
over
motherfucker
there, they were buying our shit dirt cheap for like fucking pennies. Because they were buying, if you not 3 rupees, which is like barely a penny.
Some dudes over there like alien isolation.
But they
23 cents.
They did like a complete fucking reverse.
It's like 6 rupees here.
So it didn't really affect anything since they did the reversal of all the transactions, but still cool, interesting at least.
Yeah, I was gonna try it. Because knives for Counter-Strike, knives were like a few bucks, and those usually go for about $300-400. And I was like, and you couldn't buy anything, but I was so excited for a minute there. It was really sad.
Yeah, I could see how some people who do the more underhanded dealings like I used to do with selling things for PayPal, if they would have bought some of that really cheap and sold it through PayPal, then the other person you sold it to would get fucked when they reverse the transactions, but you still got your PayPal money.
Yeah,
They're not going to reverse that.
No.
That's
You're
true.
not supposed to do that shit anyways.
Yeah.
So I bet some people got fucked out of it.
One thing I want to go back to real quick, because I kind of derailed earlier, was the Black Ops 3 thing I was talking about. I played all of them, and I don't understand why they're making Black Ops 3 a futuristic one when they just come out with fucking Advanced Warfighter. That's all I wanted to say about that.
Yeah. They're adding exosuits back, too. I don't know if you played Advanced Warfare, but that was the first Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 3 I just want to say that I even liked. Like, I just picked it up just to try it, because I try to try everything. And I really enjoyed it, actually.
It's the only one I haven't tried yet. Like I got Ghost for Christmas, and I'm just like,
Ghost was pure shit.
I've looked at some of the gameplay of it, but I was just like, man, if I want to play this, I'll just play Planet Side 2.
I haven't even looked up Black Ops 3, but like people are saying that it's going to be because they have the characters you play as. They're going to be like each character is actually got their own stats and everything. They're really changing it around, and like basically it's going to be like there's going to be a mode that's kind of MOBA-y, like League of Legends or Heroes of the Storm. And I was like, that almost sounds kind of cool, but I just want to see what they do. Like that's the thing. It's like because they have to change stuff up, or because like the decrease in sales is gonna hit them really hard pretty soon.
Well, you can't put out the same fucking game every 6 months and people buy it. I mean, I know there's a lot of dumb people out there that will keep buying it.
Yes,
but it will only last so long.
Yeah.
Since we're on the topic of first-person shooters, we have a new segment this week that we're going to jump into right now.
Yeah, we got a new sponsor, Vault Games here in Coleman.
Brandon and I have worked out a sponsorship with Vault Games. If you're local to Coleman, great place to go find gems at. They rotate their stock pretty frequently. You can always find something good. They're going to start suggesting us a game of the week, which we're going to do right now. Vault's game of the week this week is a classic one that's dear to I know your heart, my heart.
A lot of
I know everybody.
Yeah.
If you had a 64, you probably would love it.
Quintessential game for 64, GoldenEye, 007.
Yep.
Amazing. Many. That was the first game. I mean, you've played 2-player games competitively, like Mario and shit. That's the first game where you got down, split screen, and you're like, I'm going to kill my friends today.
Yeah.
Fucking great. So many modes on that shit. Paintball mode, big head mode.
Yeah.
Golden Gun was great.
Yeah.
The story mode was good, man.
That's one of the first-person shooter story games back then I actually played through to beat.
Yeah.
I think Half-Life was my first one.
Yeah.
And Half-Life was amazing, though, so I guess it says a lot for GoldenEye. It was a good game.
They've done a lot. How many times have they remade GoldenEye now? Twice? 2-3 times?
I haven't played any of the remakes.
They made a new GoldenEye on GameCube, and that was
Rogue Agent.
I forgot what it was called.
You played the bad guy in that one, though, I remember. I think it was Rogue Agent.
And then they remade it for 360 and stuff, and then they made it for Wii. And I think that was the last time they did it. But
thank God.
yeah, it was awful every single time. because I was hoping it'd be good.
That was one of the first memories from the N64 that really stuck with me. Is using the laser watch in that game. I was like, holy shit.
Awesome.
Yeah,
this is the best thing ever. I'm in the fucking future.
My favorite level was the one where you got to overtake the cruise ship.
Yeah.
And, like, you got to shoot your way up to the control room.
Yeah.
I really liked that level. And I liked, too, how you could, like, the people would be in the bathroom stalls and you could just open the stall and just shoot them. And all they're doing is trying to take a leak.
The jungle level was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's into the jungle levels where you fight at Xenia.
Yeah.
On top or whatever, isn't it?
Famke Janssen.
Yeah, I'd like to
Wasn't
fight Famke Janssen.
wasn't that like what Molotov Cocktease was based off of?
What?
From,
Molotov Cocktease?
Yeah, from Venture Brothers.
I'm out of the loop on Venture Brothers. I'm sorry.
Okay.
School me, though. I mean, I know it's Adult Swim.
Yeah,
I know
it's
that
a
much.
really great series kind of based on Johnny Quest. It's like a lampoon of it.
Oh, nice.
It's funny as shit.
Yeah. I'll have to check that out as well.
Yeah, we gotta watch that one night.
Do you guys remember the Johnny Quest series from, I forgot, it was like old school CGI?
Yeah, the new Johnny,
anywhere.
was it called the new Johnny
I think
Quest?
It was the new Johnny Quest. You cannot find that anywhere. I guess it's hard to find. It was
probably like a DVD rarity now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you got the golden itch, go to Vault Games. If you're outside of Coleman, give them a call. They'll work out something with you.
Yeah.
They do a lot of eBaying and stuff like that too. They'll work out something with you.
They got a good selection. If you don't want GoldenEye, you want something else.
Yeah, they got plenty of shit. They got a big stock.
Everything from Nintendo to Saturn to Dreamcast, they got it.
Yeah, they even have movies.
Yeah,
movies.
really good price on
they do
movies.
the current gen games too. If that's what you're doing.
If they don't have a game you want, they can get it for you. They
do trade-ins. They sell used games and hardware.
They have a really good system where the first time you go there, you set up a card. And if you got friends tethered to your card, for example, every time they make a purchase, it's like a trickle effect.
And it's free.
It's free. And you get so much credit added to your card. Like, I went in there one day and had, like, $22 in credit. Didn't even know I had that.
That's awesome.
And
I don't know. I
bought a stack of shit.
I haven't asked them about it in a while, but they used to. I did it for Infamous Second Son, actually. I wasn't for sure if I wanted to buy it, so they let me.
They still do.
I don't know if. Just pay $5 and you play it for like a few hours or something.
Yeah, you can actually go up there and you can demo the game in house if you want to try before you buy.
And that was pretty sweet.
That's awesome.
They'll let you. Yeah, I think you're right. It's like $5 or something. We'll have to get the logistics.
That's one of my favorite things about going to Walmart as a kid. They'd have the demo games.
The demo stations, dude.
And I don't think do they even do that anymore?
No.
I don't think they do because little asshole kids go there and tear up the controllers and like scratch up the DS screens and shit. Man, I would whoop my kid's ass if they did that so bad, and I'd buy them a new one.
Somebody on Craigslist last week had a Super Nintendo demo stand from the Toys R Us in Huntsville for sale. They wanted $600 for it, dude.
No,
that would have been testy.
If I had $600, I would have bought it just because I'm an asshole. But it was like a big old school CRT TV. It just said Super Nintendo in like a glowing red marquee, and had the Super Nintendo in like a clear case. Just beautiful. But, yeah, go to Vault, check them out, like them on Facebook. If you want to find out any more info about us, we're going to have we got some business cards up there. And we're going to have maybe a poster soon, I guess.
We're going to get a poster set up.
So, yeah. And like we said, Game of the Week's GoldenEye.
Support your local gaming stores.
Yep, support your mom and pop gaming store. If you don't, they won't exist, and you will suck for it.
Yep, you'll die and go to hell.
Yep, you'll go to hell, then die.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to jump into tonight's topic, and I'm glad we got a little alcohol, because I have a feeling it's about to get heated just a bit. We're going to cover, tonight's topic is shitty / frustrating shit of the shit games that made you kind of want to give up gaming for a minute.
This isn't shit or the shit. This is this shit.
Yeah, this is just bull. This is some old bullshit right here. Completely. I guess we'll tackle it from the games that pissed us off first, and we'll just start off with you, Brandon, because I know You've probably got a list of wonderful things.
Yeah, Yonoid. We're just playing it.
We were just playing Yonoid.
I love Yonoid. Don't get me wrong.
I do like Yonoid, but it is a piece of shit.
It is a shitty game. It is the best product promotion game, though, in my opinion. I've never played a game based on like someone's bullshit, completely unrelated to gaming product that I liked, other than Yonoid.
I do like me some Domino's pizza.
Yeah, for those that aren't familiar with the Noid, it was that like
people that aren't as old as us.
This is like the creepy guy who wore like a red rabbit suit, who was like Domino's mascot, and he was called the Noid. And I'm pretty sure I probably need to Wikipedia this, but there was a guy whose last name was Noid, and he was like a schizophrenic. And he thought all these Yonoid commercials were making fun of him, so he went nuts and took some Domino's Pizza employees as hostages, and this is a big ordeal, so they just kind of cut out the whole Yonoid thing. Which made me sad. I loved that as a kid.
Dude, there's a lot of games that get bad raps as a kid, and like, for example, I guess, does it really count if we talk about a game that we personally like, but everybody else views as shit? That should count, right?
Yeah.
Okay, my game like that I love that everybody else hates, Jaws on the NES.
Never played that one.
I know a bunch of people that despise the shit out of that game, and I love it. It's fun. It's all you do is you drive a fucking boat back and forth on an overhead map screen from port to port. First time you go, you get the Jaws tracker, which is a little thing where if Jaws gets close by, it goes womp bow, womp bow, womp bow, like that. But and you just go back and you level your boat up. When you hit, it'll be like you hit something, and you go to a side scroll, almost like a vertical shooter, and the like stingrays and little sharks and jellyfish are constantly coming up. You shoot and collect conch shells, and that's your currency to go port to port to level your shit. It's a piece of shit, but I like it.
Just because of the movie Anchorman, every time I see conch shells, I would just want to be like, "News team, assemble!"
Oh, jeez.
You listen to a conch shell to hear the ocean. It's kind of like, do you listen to a dead hooker to hear despair? Like,
yeah. I got a game like that. Fist of the North Star for NES.
Holy shit, dude. Wow, you're digging deep tonight.
I love that. I love that anime series. I fucking loved it.
That game is a fucking turd, though, man.
I had a lot of fucking fun with it.
I knew that was coming.
Hey, what game can you punch people and they explode?
That's true.
And that was actually accurate to the fucking anime. Because he would go up and just basically press people's pressure points, and then they'd fucking explode. Yeah, it was fucking amazing. So, yeah, they explode like an anime, and you like kick people, and they just fly off the screen. They want no death animation, they just fucking fly off the screen.
One that we brought up last week that's a piece of shit, and it fits in with the Japanese, Ultraman.
I loved Ultraman, but yeah.
Oh, another one that you love, but
it was a piece of shit, I'm not gonna lie. Ultraman was a piece of shit.
That is one of the most difficult fighting games you will ever fucking play.
I beat that on hard mode when I was a kid. No shit.
God.
That's how much I played that game.
Can I touch you?
You can. Yeah, I beat that and Maximum Carnage and Yonoid as a kid. So yeah, I'm the fucking master. I'm the wizard. It's so bad.
It's so bad. Now, just don't do what that wizardly kid did now. And go out and diddle a bunch of other kids. The guy from the Wizard, yep.
But yeah, those are my Ultraman. It was a kind of unknown. Well, over there it was popular, but over here it was unknown, like Japanese kaiju series. If you've seen Godzilla, where there's a character called Jet Jaguar, he was like
he grows to immense proportions.
He's a guy that he's kind of like a Power Ranger that grows to huge proportions, where you could like punch Godzilla in the face and stuff. Well, Ultraman was like that. And in the game, you just fight kaiju that weigh, like something ridiculous, like 130,000 tons. Something that's completely unrealistic even for kaijus.
Yeah.
It was very repetitive. The controls were clunky as shit. But, the monsters looked fucking cool, and I got to punch them in the face. It was goddamn awesome. Fuck you, everyone else. Ultraman was awesome.
Brandon's now going to hold
It's an awesome piece of shit.
One of the games that really chafed my ass when I was a kid, and I still have it this day, I'm looking at it on my shelf right now and just being like, fuck you. Capcom Street Fighter 2010.
Never played
The Final Fight. one of the most frustratingly difficult games of all time. You play as Ken. I don't know if it's the Ken from Street Fighter, but it somehow manages to combine two fucking Capcom titles in one name. Street Fighter 2010, The Final Fight. I'm like, you got Street Fighter, then you got Final Fight.
So is it a beat 'em up? Or is it?
It is. Kinda. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. But it presents itself like boss battles, if that makes sense. Like, it'll come on, it'll have the character and it'll say verse. Like the first level, you fight this wasp thing. But you go up, you kill everything, you finally kill the wasp, and you have to make it back down to this portal in like 5 seconds. Yeah. And that's one of the frustrating things. Like later in the game, you get to like the main. To me, it can be beat. To me, it's fucking impossible. Like, you get toward the end of the game, and you have to. It's one of them games where you get toward the end, you got to fight the fucking bosses over again.
Oh.
Well, if you don't do the shit in the time limit, you die. Well, the thing with fighting the bosses is the fucking time. You beat one boss and go to the second one. If you're from
Timer
300, it doesn't restart. If you're from 300 to 200, when you get the second boss, you're at 200. You get to the final boss, and you usually only have about 30 fucking seconds to beat the final boss.
Ooh.
And it's a feat. You got to beat him then, and then crawl down to the fucking portal after beating him before the time runs out. Fuck you, Capcom. I mean, I say that with half my heart, because I do love Capcom.
Yeah.
And I mean, like Mega Man. Mega Man's not a shitty game, but it falls into the fucking frustrating category.
Yeah.
Especially the very first one. Mega Man 2 and 3, I can breeze through. I still have a hard time with the first one, though. Just like some of the jumps are almost fucking impossible in that shit. Yeah, man. Like, you've got to have that shit lined up on the dot,
Get
man.
your foot like hanging just on the edge by a couple pixels and just make you jump.
Fuck that shit.
I got a game that I know is near and dear to your heart. Friday the 13th.
It is. It is a piece of shit.
It's such a piece of shit.
You know, both Friday 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street are really bad. But I will say I'll go with Nightmare over Friday 13th. Friday 13th is just, it's...
Why don't you go through the games for people who don't know?
Okay, well, yeah, I have mixed emotions with Friday 13th, because it is a Jason Voorhees game, but Friday 13th, you play as a camp counselor, of course, and you're saving children around the camp. The main action of the game is side-scrolling.
Mm-hmm.
You walk and you throw these fucking conch shells or some bullshit. You throw them and you throw them at a fucking curved angle. So everything you throw goes over the enemy's head unless you duck and throw. And you can collect other weapons like a knife and shit like that. Well, you go around and you go into houses and save children. And when you go into the house, it turns into like a dungeon crawler almost.
Yeah.
It's like first person... And you fight your way through the house.
I've never been so lost in a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah, no shit. No shit, dude. Like, that game makes you feel like you have Alzheimer's. Like, it's a new day every second. Like, the Jason fighting parts, you... Pretty much, if you're in the house and encounter Jason, it's like a Mike Tyson punch-out kind of deal. You gotta fucking dodge his attacks and hit him. It's almost impossible. And then, if you see him on the actual side-scrolling scene while you're out exploring and run into the house to save kids, he appears in side-scrolling form and throws fucking, like, hatchets at you. And it is ridiculous because you can take 2 hits, I think. I haven't played it in a minute, but I think you can take 2 or 3 hits and it kills you, and it takes like 100 to kill Jason. Just frustrating. Since we're talking about shitty games, I talked about Jaws, you brought up Friday 13th, we talked about Nightmare. We need to point out that they're all made by fucking LJN.
Yeah.
And we know how everybody feels about LJN.
Except for Maximum Carnage.
Yeah, except for Maximum Carnage. And Jaws. I like Jaws, but... did you play X-Men on NES? Talking about shit
that
games.
Was a shit game.
God damn, it didn't even work. It was like... half-assed programmed.
I I got another game that I liked, but was such frustrating horseshit because you had to have the manual for it. A Boy and His Blob.
That game is so good.
I love A Boy and His Blob. Thank you, David Crane, for making that game.
But if you didn't have the manual as a kid, you're fucked.
If you didn't know what fucking Jelly Bean does what, you're shit out of luck.
It's like the only game where you can like lose the game on the first screen, basically. You throw the wrong Jelly Bean out and you're fucked.
My grandfather, of all people, got so addicted to that game. And he's the first person, I remember him, I come home from school one day and he was just like, oh, check this out. And he beat it. And the whole way you beat that game is fucking ridiculous. Because I'm like, what a cop-out. The fucking bad guys catch you. You're in a cage over here on the left side. The blob's in a cage over here on the right side. King Blobette or whatever. Like, I think he should be the episode picture. Because the king from King of the... Or fucking Boy and His Blob's all like... He looks like a marshmallow that's like... He looks like a morbidly obese Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. And he's just standing there, and all you gotta do is throw a fucking apple jelly bean across the screen. It turns him into a jack. And he jacks the shelf up that's above his head, pours out these acid jelly beans or some shit on him. He just...
I am undone!
Yeah, exactly.
God, see, I only rented that game.
Though.
I did too. But at the same time, when I was a kid, I only rented it. I never had the manual for that game. And it wasn't, back then, it wasn't uncommon to have a manual for a game, especially the old PC games.
You couldn't just get on the fucking internet and look the walkthrough up.
They expected you to read the manual. And yeah, when you rented a game and didn't get a manual, I was just like, what does this jelly bean do? I was writing shit down that I think, for a little kid, it was a bit advanced.
Yeah.
Having to take notes for a fucking video game.
Dude. Yeah, dude, I remember riding on the school bus, and there was this guy, and it's weird that you brought that up, because I actually seen this dude this past weekend, but I remember Link to the Past, like I've said before, favorite game of all time. I remember being so confused on where to get the Moon Pearl. And, dude, I still have the notebook somewhere where that guy, when I was like in second grade, wrote that shit down for me. That's how you got tips back in the day. I remember being at my friend's house when the first Mortal Kombat come out. Not this shit now, the first one. And his mom coming home and bringing a folded up, like, Xerox piece of paper from work. And somebody had written down all the moves, all the fatalities, and the blood code on a piece of paper. That was the fucking holy grail, dude.
If you knew the fatalities for Mortal Kombat, you were like the guy that wheeled and dealed information as a kid.
You were like, elbow deep in snatch.
Yeah. you were the fucking hub of elementary school information dealing. Like, hey man, why don't you tell me how to do that Sub-Zero fatality?
I can do that for 50 cents.
Let me have your chocolate milk at lunch.
Yeah. You buy me 2 chocolate milks or an extra pack of French fries, and we got a deal. I'll tell you how to beat the game for some nachos.
Now you got all these spoiled ass kids pull out their fucking iPhone at 7 years old.
That's why That's why I go back to like these kids now play like the first person shooters. You might be fucking great at that shit. $100 says I'll stomp your ass in any game of Mario or some shit. But they can't play old shit, dude. Yeah. Like
they can't play anything else.
No. Like anybody can run around. It's just kind of like real life. You can run around and shoot anybody in the fucking face you want to, but it takes somebody to really good to set back miles away and just be like, I know how to win this shit before I even have to do it. Yeah. You know, they can't fucking handle that. A more
modern example. There's a popular streamer, Summit. He is big. He's really good at Counter-Strike, and I love me some Counter-Strike. Don't get me wrong. Oh yeah. But he started playing on All Points Bulletin. He sucked so much ass at that game because that game isn't just about Twitch skill. It's about knowing where you're at, where the enemies are going to probably be at. And for those who are unfamiliar, APB, All Points Bulletin, is a lot like Grand Theft Auto. It's a third-person shooter. He sucked ass at that game despite his amazing skill as at aiming. It took a lot more than aiming at that game.
I played that game a little bit. It was kind of weird. Like I was like, nah.
I love the game, but you have to have some good friends because the community on it is so fucking toxic.
Really?
You will not have a good time if you expect to meet good people on it.
Wait, are we talking about APB?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about Counter-Strike, because that's the same way.
Okay. Counter-Strike is fucking awful. Like, especially if your whole team dies and you're the last guy, you have everybody fucking yelling at you.
Clutch or kick. Yeah. Yeah, me and my friends play Counter-Strike a lot. And
I still get down on some CSGO every now and then.
Yeah,
I just can't get into the competitive
I pulled them into the competitive way too quick. They were like, ate them alive. But, I mean, it's pretty great.
If I want some multiplayer first-person shooter, I tend to go to TF2 still.
Yeah, I'm kind of a competitive person, and I find Counter-Strike, I like it because it's team-based. Like, you don't have a good team, you pretty much, like, you're awful.
Yeah, I know, like on Team Fortress 2, me and my friend Justin Cohen, we'd go medic heavy combo. We'd have a shit team, but we'd fucking win the whole fucking match because they had a shit team too, and we just fucking rape those them all. Yeah. But that's also the fun of it, though.
Yeah.
So we'd be making fun of our teammates. Look how bad that guy sucks. He doesn't even have a hat.
Yeah, plus you can make your characters look fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's amazing. Like, you can even have a melee character, and it's just awesome.
Yeah, I did a lot of demo knotting.
Which people don't even know that, but it's pretty great.
Yeah. But let's see, what else do we got?
Like Platoon, that's a piece of shit game for NES.
You know, as much horseshit games
I love the movie, hate the fucking game.
as many over-the-top violent games as I played in my life, GTA, all that shit. This is the only game my parents didn't let me rent as a kid because they thought it'd be
Platoon.
Yep.
Because of the movie, probably. I know your father and your dad's gonna know what Platoon's all about.
He's one that won't let me rent that game.
Your dad was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I figured he'd be like, you need to learn how to shoot people.
That's the only game I was ever censored from as a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
I couldn't even play Sims.
What?
Yeah, I could not play Sims. My parents would not let me play Sims.
I was a spoiled little bitch. I got Mortal Kombat 2 for my fucking 11th birthday, man. Like,
if this says anything, my first system was a Game Boy.
That's okay, though, man.
And then I went backwards.
Game Boy is amazing.
Yeah, it was.
I wish we could have got you on last week. Yeah.
Like, I played Game Boy, and then I went to N64, and then I went backwards.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, and that's the way I am. Like, I don't know.
That's good background knowledge, in my opinion.
Yeah.
RoboCop was a piece of shit game for NES.
Yeah.
I love RoboCop Arcade.
Yeah, the arcade, I spent many quarters on that game.
Do you remember when they had it at the warehouse discount groceries on 157?
Only game I remember playing there was Mortal Kombat 1.
I remember when they had RoboCop, and I remember my grandparents would always go do their shopping, and they're like, here's $2 in quarters, and I would just sit there and wear that shit out.
I played that at the skating rink.
Did they have cabinets in there?
Yeah.
At Warehouse Discount?
Yeah, originally.
Wow.
Way back in the day. Yeah. Like, right when you walk in, they didn't used to have that little entryway where you go in, where the claw machines are now.
Yeah.
It just used to go straight in, and they had, like, 2 or 3 cabinets
That's
in there.
The first time I ever played Mortal Kombat.
That's where I first played. I remember them having Mortal Kombat there as well. One of my favorite, since we're just kind of on subject and off, like, one of my favorite memories, I went to the Hearts of Walmart when I was a little kid, and they had a Street Fighter 2 machine in there. Wow. And I remember this kid had got up to Vega, and I wanted to play so bad. They were older than me, and I'm like, can I play it before my grandparents leave? And I just remember my grandpa being like, come on, they ain't gonna let you play. And this kid was like, yeah, you can play. And I just remember like, oh, he's having to play Vega. He's got to play Vega. Dude, he whooped my ass. Like, I lost that quarter so fucking fast, I shouldn't even had it. Like, that was just random memories.
Yeah. I remember I found a $20 bill, and you know Madison Square? Yeah. I found a $20 bill, and it was right beside the coin machine, and I was just like, I'm going to put this in here. And I got $20 worth of quarters, and I went to town.
Fuck yeah.
I was like, I went crazy on that.
That's like a divine mandate to fucking play games.
Have you been to Madison Square Lately's arcade now?
I've been wanting to go back. It's because I went one time and the whole like pay once and like
yes, everything's at free play.
But I was amazed by that. But the simple fact, okay, I'm a huge Smash Bros. Player. They had a Melee, like an old GameCube like test system, and they had Melee set up. You could play all you want, and I got to play because like out here, you don't really get to play many people when it comes to Smash. Like being able to just play people and everything was amazing.
Alex, a little side note, Alex is throwing a tournament. I think he's wanting me and you to cover it. He's throwing a Smash Brothers tournament with like 20 of his buddies.
What's he doing with that?
If you guys...
He might do it here. He's looking for somewhere to do it, and I'm just like... I mean... We could set up in here if we wanted to.
If you guys want to come out and everything to the Smash Bros. Tournament, just send me at like Facebook at Nick Quadner, because I know Alex and like we've been trying to get this together.
Yeah, dude, y'all get it. Throw that shit out there again. Y'all take notes now and listen to this.
Hey, I might play in it too. I suck ass.
I'm terrible. I'm fucking terrible.
I'll
Smash
have fun
Brothers.
with it.
I'll play.
Yeah.
We could come at least document the evening, give y'all listeners something.
I've been told that Bowser in the new one is actually good. I was always a Bowser player because I just had the most fun with him. Because I'm fat and slow, he's fat and slow. But
he also rides a lawnmower.
It does he now?
No. He has his dash animation. It really looks like he's like a lawnmower.
Okay,
like, it's hilarious. People make fun of it.
I'm a Bowser.
But yeah.
We're gonna get back on top. Yeah,
I got one.
We do this pretty bad, but it's okay.
Hey, it keeps it entertaining.
Yeah, man. If you don't listen, then you don't know, and if you don't know because you don't listen, well,
we could be cut and dry like a lot of other podcasts. Like, well,
hi, we're giant explosive cast. We're what you playing?
We had Fist of the North Star come out in 1989, made by so and so. If you press the A button, you can kick. If you press the B button,
you know what else sucks? Codename Viper. That's how we do shit around here.
I got one though.
It does suck
because I liked these books as a kid, and the game sucked ass. I don't know why I expected anything more from it though. Where's Waldo?
Oh God. The only other thing you could have said that would have pissed me off more is like, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Fuck that shit, too.
Where's Waldo was just like a screen of pixelated fucker. Yeah, it's just so fucking crowded on the screen of little pixelated people. And the controls of it were so fucking jumpy, you couldn't just pick one out and select it and see if it's Waldo. And you were timed. If you picked the wrong person, you got a time penalty. And then there's like levels where the whole screen would go dark.
Man, what a sorry ass Christmas that was for some kid out there. Like,
I rented that game. I never bought it, luckily. And like, if you beat a level, you'd have to sit there for like 10 minutes waiting for Waldo to walk from one way to the other. Like, you couldn't skip it. He would just sit there and walk around, going from one level to the other. And you're like, okay. I don't know why I expected that game to be any different. I mean, what the fuck are you gonna do with Where's Waldo? But
it'd be like they tried to make a Where's Waldo movie now. There'd be some crazy fucking plot. It's just like, no. Give me a movie where it's 2 hours of a bunch of fucking people standing in a crowd.
We don't find Waldo within the next 30 seconds. The entire town of New York City is going to explode.
Like fucking Jason Statham would be Waldo or some shit. He's like, you can't find me because I'm out busy kicking people's asses.
No, it'd be John Cena. You can't see him, man.
I actually see Waldo as more of a hipster type. You know, the big frame.
Yeah, dude. I just imagine Waldo listens to a lot of fucking Weezer.
Andrew Garfield.
He was a hipster.
He's probably listens.
Cool.
He listens to a lot of fucking Weezer. He's all about that shit, dude.
You can't see him because he's not mainstream.
Yeah, and don't even get me started on that kind of shit.
I'm gonna throw in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for NES.
Oh yes, piece of shite.
I played that game so much, trying to beat that first.
It's so fucking frustrating,
that's another
man.
one of my feats as a kid. I beat the den level when I was a kid once.
Yeah, I can. That's one thing I'm proud of. I can get past the dam level, but that's about fucking it. Like,
I can't even get past the dam.
Dude, oh my god, what the fuck were they thinking, man? Like,
they weren't like the foot soldiers. They were just like, hey, this guy's on fire.
Dude, do you even still know what some of those fucking enemies in that game to this day are? You remember the little thing that looked like giant mosquitoes that fly back and forth?
Bats or something.
The fuck is that? When in the hell did you ever see that in the Ninja Turtles?
Like I said, there's like a fire elemental or some shit.
Ninja Turtles 2
was a shitty port of the arcade.
It was a really bad arcade port. Now the third one, I liked. I do like Manhattan Project very well.
I never played the third one because I was so disappointed with the first two. I was just like, I'm done with Ninja Turtle games.
And then the GBA games. I mean, not GBA, but like Game Boy games.
Yeah, fucking Back from the Sewer and
is it Tales of the Foot Clan? It's something Foot Clan. I know that.
Is Tails or Rise of the Foot Clan?
Yeah, it's
or
something like that.
Fall of the Foot Clan.
Yeah, that's
Fall
it
of the
right
Foot Clan.
And those are
Back
amazing.
from the sewers, Fall of the Foot Clan. There was one more.
But see, like with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, like I'm such a huge fan of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like I played. I don't know if you played the Out of the Shadows. Came on.
Yes, I did.
I actually really like that game.
I did too.
Like, I'm just a huge TMNT fan.
That time, like,
I got another that was a
Turtles.
huge letdown for me. Mario's missing.
Oh god.
and since we're on that, let's throw in Mario's fucking time machine too. Yeah, dude. Totally not thinking about getting educated when I'm playing Mario.
Yeah, I knew nothing about it. I hadn't read a review or shit.
I love education. I love learning, but not playing fucking Mario.
Yeah, I rented it thinking, hey, it's a new Mario game. I love Mario. Where can this go wrong? Well, it went fucking wrong by renting it.
He's missing.
Yeah.
For one.
Hey, those who are unfamiliar with it, you pretty much just like traveled around the world, just doing horse shit things, talking to people, trying to find Mario. Like the most combat the game had, I believe, was jumping on the turtles.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't even they just like turn to dust like the bones.
The dry bone.
Yeah, the dry bones.
Did you guys ever play the Magic School Bus games on PC?
I did not.
Okay, those games pissed me off so bad. I used to play them all the time because that was like the only thing I had at one point, and they were broken. All of them were. Like if you got to a certain point, you couldn't get past it because like it was a glitch. There was a glitch, and you couldn't get past that point. And it used to make me so mad so I just play it up to the point, and like I never. It was basically a point and click, but it was amazing.
Speaking of point and clicks, the Pac-Man 2 Adventures.
Oh yeah, dude, you shoot the slingshot.
Yeah, that's SNES. I rented it thinking it was gonna be like some souped-up Pac-Man game. It fucking
Wrong.
wasn't. You were Pac-Man, but it was played more like a point-and-click adventure game. You just shot the slingshot to make shit happen on the screen, and Pac-Man would kind of go over there and fuck around with it.
I wasn't a big fan of that game. I do remember it. I have it for Genesis, but I still just... I haven't ever... Do you remember any of the off-brand games for Nintendo? The Comerica games? I think...
I had nothing to do with any of those, but
it was Comerica.
I did have some I wanted to bring up. Tell us about that one, though.
I have the Ultimate Stuntman, and there was another one called Big Nose the Caveman. And there was another one called Dizzy the Adventurer that was literally a fucking egg with hands and feet that would just shimmy back and forth. I don't have those, but I did play them. But I have Ultimate Stuntman. It's a piece of shit, but I kind of like it. It's kind of like my Retro Redux I done this past week. It's like a genre mix-up.
Explain this to everyone.
Okay, nobody can see this. We're all looking at the cartridge now. The Comerica games on back, for what fucking reason, I still don't know. But they have a switch on the back of the cartridge that says Position A and Position B. Patent pending, do not drop, do not get wet, do not leave in direct sunlight. So pretty much it's a fucking gremlin. It's a mogwai.
Don't feed after midnight.
Look, first off, it's a mogwai. Secondly, though, it's got position B and A. And position A just says position A, but B says only use this position if the game does not work with position A. Sometimes it'll work on A, sometimes it'll fucking work on B. I don't understand it.
I think it is get around the licensing thing. Like
I do too, because...
What does it do when you push it? Does it just click in?
It clicks back and forth.
Yeah, it's just a little back and forth
like
switch.
slides.
Toggle switch.
I know if it like you push down and let it go, if it like vibrated it or something, so like it might have been like... That's so weird.
I think it just shows like two different values in there for being compatible with the licensing system on the NES.
Kind of like another piece of shit game.
Yeah, I was going to bring up Super 3D Noah's Ark, or Super Noah's Ark 3D.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a SNES title that you had to put an officially not licensed game in on the top to play it. And you went around, it was a Wolfenstein 3D hack. And he went around as I think Noah, and he shot animals with fruit, and he like made them happy or whatever, so they go on the ark. It was shady fucking shit.
It would have made God and Jesus ashamed.
Yeah,
they cringe.
They're just like,
it was so fucking.
You
awesome.
have forsaken us.
And then before that was the Bible Adventures by the same company,
Wisdom Tree.
It was actually a 3-in-1. It was like Noah's Ark, Baby Moses, and David and Goliath, and they were all like Mario 2 ripoffs.
I remember the Baby Moses was when you finally get Moses, like you hold him above your head, kind of like they did in Zelda. Yeah. Like when they find the item.
Speaking of Mario 2, the lost levels.
Yeah,
those are fucking hard.
But I love those games.
Yeah. I have it on 3DS, like the NES version, and I got Super Mario All Stars.
Yeah, that's where I played it, as All Stars.
You want to talk about this is going to jilt some people. Piece of shit game, in my opinion. Super Mario 2 for NES.
I'm not a huge fan of it. Like, I
hate it. I loathe it. I understand it's not a Mario game. It's actually a game called Doki Doki Panic. And they changed all the characters because they deemed that Lost Levels was too difficult at the time for American gamers, which they're probably right. That's a fucking tough game. Big time.
My favorite in that game was Peach because you could do that little float.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you guys play Super Princess Peach on DS?
I haven't.
The game it's literally just a normal Mario game, except you play as Peach. But the only problem is that some of the stuff is kind of broken. Like, you have to draw on the bottom screen some shit, and it's kind of annoying, but it's really awesome if you're a Peach fan.
My favorite game with Peach as a playable character will always be Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Yes.
That's Peach a great game.
She kept your party fucking alive.
Yeah.
Especially if you put those.
She's the healer, man.
Yeah, if you put the turtle shell armor on her, that like completely nerfed your offense but made her fucking invincible, you're good. Whole fucking game.
Want to talk about some more shitty games?
Yeah.
The Simpsons games. Okay. Oh, I did.
You go ahead.
You need to save that one for a minute, because that right there is the creme de la creme of shit, dude. Like, the Simpsons games. Other than the SNES, the NES Simpsons games are fucking garbage. Bart vs. Space Mutants, Bart vs. the World, and
I had Bart vs. the World, I believe, and I was so pissed when I got that because I was neighbors with this guy whose name I'll leave out. But yeah, I think I let him borrow like a decent game like Mario or some shit, and he let me borrow Simpsons, where he pretty much kept the game, and we actually traded fists over it a few times. But yeah, that game fucking sucked.
It had that level where you had to skateboard like down the Great Wall of China, and you had to like pick the right door, almost like Battletoads. The fucking I don't know what the fuck you call a jet ski that runs on land. Whatever it's called.
Speeders.
The speeders. Thank you. My brain just fucking shat itself, but like the speeder level in Battletoads.
Well, we're talking about shitty games. Your brain's gonna shit itself.
Yeah, that's true.
That's kind of comes with it.
I hadn't even scratched the surface. One of the things I want to get into is shitty games. And I think I can name them all in one swift motion because they're all the same category. Sega CD. Full motion video games. Fucking Surgical Strike, Bram Stoker's Dracula, Jurassic Park, which is a point and click game.
Made me cry.
Supreme Warrior.
I completely missed all that when it came out. And
I
played it with you over here recently. Actually, my only experience with it. Yeah,
you missed that shit for a good reason.
Yeah. I'm so glad, like, the Dreamcast is my last impression of Sega.
Yeah. Sega CD just left a sour taste in a bunch of fucking people's mouths.
Yeah. It was a turd.
There's so many turds, just to be honest, in the video game world. We're probably going to have a part 2.
Especially with the mobile market.
There's going to be like a sequel to this episode because we could go on for days.
I don't know if we want to bring up the mobile market.
No,
That's not even.
We'll never end the episode. We'll be here till we die talking about the shit games on that.
Just type in some on Android.
Yeah. They got one that I expected to be good, but it wasn't. It's the Atari 2600 Pac-Man port.
Oh god!
What a fucking
damn!
turd.
A terrible error
I didn't know
in
you
programming.
could lower the graphics on a Pac-Man game.
Yeah. If you're unfamiliar with Pac-Man 2600, it's really fucking bad, and
Don't
it
play
blinks.
if you have
it blinks.
epilepsy.
Yeah, like all the graphics they flicker.
Well, they could only
constantly.
render one ghost per frame.
Yeah,
So it would all flicker. And like the mazes, the traditional mazes you saw in Pac-Man weren't on there. It's just all like little L-shaped walls. It was almost hard to tell the fucking dots from the walls. It was was awful.
We're not gonna really talk about games that are universally punned like E.T. and shit.
Yeah.
But I will go ahead and say, because it goes hand in hand, the Pac-Man port for 2600 done just as much damage as E.T. for 2600 done, and people fail to realize that a lot.
I did want to touch on E.T. A lot of people don't know was they buried 5 million copies in the New Mexico desert.
They proved it, though. It wasn't that many. You know,
Was it?
They dug that shit up last year. There's actually a documentary on Netflix about it called Atari Game Over.
Yeah.
And I think, and they found out it wasn't just E.T. It was just overstock in general. They found like centipedes, jousts. And I think, how many was it? It ended up being like 100,000.
Yeah.
I guess that's just one of them urban legends that.
Yeah, but it's partially true. Like they did bury shit out there. It just wasn't the amount that they thought they buried.
Okay, well, still, I mean, that's interesting.
Yeah. What better way to get rid of something you don't like other than bury it? I mean, it's 64 had a slew of shit games on it.
I did want to bring up
South Park
Superman
games.
64. I mean, I know it's universally shit, but
yeah,
I think it's worth mentioning.
Superman 64.
I never made it past the ring level, where it's just the first level. You got to fly through rings, and if you don't do it in a certain amount of time, you lose.
The fog in that game is terrible.
Yeah.
Like, there's so much smog in Metropolis in that game. Like, y'all motherfuckers need to learn how to clean your city up better.
It controlled so awful, though.
I remember renting that game out. That was one of those games I rented and took back in the same day. Like, that means it's pure shit if you do that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. Like, there's no
don't-
incentive to even try to fucking play through it. You're just like, I'd rather be dead than have to play this
Another
game.
64 game that I loved but was also a turd was the Bomberman 64.
Okay.
I like Bomberman 64.
The multiplayer was goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
The adventure mode was a piece of fucking shit. I loved it too. I beat the game, but
A lot of people hated Chameleon Twist for 64, and I liked Chameleon Twist as well.
Body Harvest was a piece of shit.
Body Harvest
I had
is
fun with it as a kid, but
fucking terrible.
going back and looking at it, it was a turd. It was a bug-ridden turd. I remember not being able to progress in the game due to bugs as a kid. So
All the South Park games are really bad on it.
Yeah, man.
and I did like them as a kid again, but
You can only kill the same 1,000 turkeys so many fucking times.
I liked
where
it.
it's like,
I had multiplayer, didn't it?
yeah.
Yeah,
It did.
That's the main thing I played on that was multiplayer. But yeah, and then there was the South Park Dreamcast game, which I played it so many times. I knew it was a trivia game for those that don't know. And I played it so many times I memorized like every fucking answer. in the
Chef's
game.
Love Shack.
Yeah,
Yeah, dude, I remember that.
Yeah, I could get every fucking question right in that game. Like I've never watched football.
Me
in
and
my life.
you used to play the fuck. Yeah, dude, you had it on 64.
No, I had it on
There.
Dreamcast.
Did you have it on Dreamcast? Okay, that's right.
See, I don't know
think
nothing about
Scotty had it
football,
on
but in that
64.
game, I could tell you, John Elway did this. You know, I knew all the fucking questions in that game. But it was overall a fucking turd.
I remember pissing on the snow, making the yellow snowballs and fighting the hordes of turkeys. And there was that one level where you're in the toy store on South Park 64.
That's what I always
and that
think of.
giant
Think of that
fucking
game.
robot would run at you.
Yep.
He'd turn and run. The only way he'd kill him was throw the Terrence and Phillip dolls and just make them like fart on him until he died.
Yeah, the toy store and the aliens are the things that stick out in my mind the most about that game.
Difficult as shit, man.
I got another game that's got kind of a twist to it because I was so surprised by the arcade version, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. It was such a piece of shit on Genesis, but the arcade version was so
The arcade
awesome.
is great. Genesis is fucking terrible.
Did they change gameplay on it?
Yes.
Arcade?
It's like comparing the NES Ninja Turtles to the arcade Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
The Genesis one's more of a side scroller.
Yeah, it's almost like a Ninja Gaiden game. But you also save kids, and I went back and watched the video on it. You save kids in that game, and he also did that.
I bet you do. Bet you do.
Yeah, you saved them for later.
Ouch.
Rest in peace once again.
Yep. Sorry, Michael.
I fucking hate him.
Okay. Yeah, well then fuck you, Michael.
Yeah.
That's
I would
terrible.
say you go to hell and you die, but that already happened.
Damn. I told you we'd journey some dark places tonight.
Yeah, I don't know anything I got left. You got anything left?
I mean, like I said, Sega CD games earlier, they're shit. I mean,
The Zelda shit.
Wand of Gamelon.
Yeah.
Talking about the CDI ones.
Yeah, CDI. I couldn't think of what they were on.
Oh, yeah. That goes back to talking about Philips earlier. Zelda Wand of Gamelon, Zelda's Adventure, and
Zelda 2.
There were
NES
three
was a
of
piece
them.
Shit to me.
yeah, I mean, Zelda 2 is a piece of shit.
I forced myself through that. It was...
That's a game of fucking endurance.
Yeah.
Completely. I got some other games, but I mean, I could sit here and spend hours on terrible games I played.
Yeah.
I do think though that your last one should be the biggest one because a lot of people are gonna hit home with this motherfucker. I know I did.
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu, what a piece of shit.
Such a horrible fighter.
Shit Fu.
And, you know, the story on it was so bad that it was almost great. Like, Shaq's is in, you know, like Chinatown or some shit. He goes into this whatever fucking Chinese artifact shack or something. This old man's like, hey, why don't you go in my closet and, like, check out this whole other world where you can save this kid. And he's like, okay, I'm Shaq.
I can slam dunk it.
God, the sounds on it were so awful and repetitive. Like, he'd sit there, you know, spam like a move, and it's the same exact fucking sound over and over, and it's making you want to blow your brains out.
Dude, and they promoted the shit out of that fucking game. That was supposed to be such a big deal. Oh my god, Shaq's got a game coming out, and now everybody's like, oh my god, Shaq got a game coming out.
The pre-fight dialogue that the characters would have. I remember one specifically, he fought like this shaman bitch in one of them, and Shaq said something like, you know, in your dreams, girlfriend, or some 90s shit like that. She's like, I'm not your girlfriend.
Did you hear about on Kickstarter? They actually talked about Shaq Fu 2. I think I can't remember exactly, but I feel like they did start that Kickstarter and it failed.
Thank God.
And Shaq was in it. Like Shaq was gonna be like a part of it. I was like, I'm not putting my money towards that.
No. No.
I wouldn't even put my money towards that.
I regret ruining the first one. He still owes me $250 for that. Fuck you, Shaq. I want my $250.
Pay up, motherfucker.
That's the only fighting game I've ever played that had like an overhead view map where you walk between the fights. It was fucked.
Dude, Shaq Fu is definitely a big piece of shit.
Yeah.
And speaking of shit, it's time of the evening when we get to that point for Brandon to let us know shit or the shit.
Yep, tonight's shit or the shit. I thought y'all had your fill of shit by now.
We've had so much shit injected into
I thought
us.
I'd bring you a decent game. It's a game currently in early access, and you can read my review of it over on Amongst Geeks. It's Brawlhalla. It is a PC Steam game right now. That's it's kind of like a Smash Brothers fighting game that's not used. It's not
Nintendo.
Yeah, it's not Nintendo. It's not Nintendo IP. They got their own little shit going on. The characters are really diverse. It ranges from like, you know, Wild West, you know, gunslingers to like a fucking Minotaur and aliens and shit. But it's got local co-op plays, so you know, you and four buddies can plug some controllers in your PC and all throw down on it. It's got really, really fucking smooth online play. I was really impressed how well it worked. Part of that might be because the server is located in Atlanta, Georgia. So we're pretty fucking
we're close.
Right now, in the current state of the game's got 14 characters. And each character has access to 2 weapons, this is the main differentiation in combat from Smash Brothers. Weapons are pretty much your bread and butter in that game. Like, these generic weapon drops will be on the map, and you pick them up, and it gives you one of the other 2 weapons you have access to at random. So, like, some character might use, like, a rocket spear or pistols.
Yeah.
And right now there's 7 weapons in total. So, it's kind of a blessing and a curse at the same time. Because if you have a favorite weapon, there's several characters that can use that weapon. But at the same time, because there's only 7 weapons, combat's somewhat repetitive because of that. You're only going to see the 7 weapons in the game. There's not many non-weapon items so far. Like I said, it's early access. I imagine there's going to be more shit.
Yeah.
But right now there's
testing the waters right now.
Yeah, right now there's like a spiked ball that you can throw at people. There's a proxy mine. There's a bomb. There's the Horn of Gondor, basically. You blow it, and like this little robot dude comes down and plows through your enemies and drops off an item. But one thing it really likes, though, is the game-changing items that Smash Brothers had. Like in Smash Brothers, you got the hammer and you hit somebody with it. That's a fucking game-changer. There's none of that shit in this game so far. There's no smash balls or anything like that really can turn the tide of a battle. But hopefully that'll change. There's not many stages yet. I can't tell you the number. I think there's 6 or 9 stages, but there's not a whole lot of variation in them yet. The main thing is there's not much interaction with the stages like Smash Brothers, where you'd have like Mario cars running you over.
Yeah.
In this game, like the most interaction I've seen is like levitating platforms that move. It's got really fast and smooth controls. I was really pleased at how well it controlled. It's simple but fun, which is what I like in the fighting game. I'm not, I always like Soul Calibur, but I can't play Soul Calibur competitively because I can't remember a fucking 10-button combo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be free to play, though, when it does eventually release. And right now in the shop, awesome. There's nothing that's, like, pay to win. It's all cosmetic shit.
That's cool.
Like, you can make your weapons look different or buy new taunts and stuff like that. There's no, like, hey, this character's off limits unless you give us $10.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, it could change. It could change. But, yeah, it's looking pretty damn good so far.
We might try to do a Twitch cast of this one. Actually, I'd like to as well.
And you can even do local co-op online, so anybody can get together and then play online against other people.
That's badass.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you've been wanting a Smash Brothers like game and you don't have a Wii or Wii U or anything, you don't need that great of a PC to play it. It's 2D graphics. It's, it looks good, but it's 2D, like almost flash animation graphics. So, as long as you have a PC that was made this century, I imagine it'll play it. So, check out Brawlhalla. Right now the only way to play it is to buy into early access, which gives you some other shit I can't even tell you right now. I think it's like points for the store.
Yeah.
It's $13, or you can look up and sign up for a beta key and you might get one. I got my Founders Pack in a Humble Bundle. I do the shit of Humble Bundles. Yeah. I got it in a bunch of other games for like $10. So.
Oh, was that in the Brawler one?
I think so.
I probably should have picked that up then. I did not know that.
Yeah, it was like the top tier reward for that one. Yeah, check out Brawlhalla though. It's pretty sweet. It's shaping up real well. It's the shit.
It is the shit. Very nice. We're going to get into our final segment of the evening. Questions. We have a couple different ones. That's really about it. But we'll get into them. We're going to start off with you, Mr. Nick. Let's see what you think about this one. The first question comes from my cousin Alex. Alex wants to know, what is your guys' favorite movie game?
Oh, God.
Woo, that's a slim picking list there. But
can we have more than one?
Yeah, throw it on us.
You got the X-Men Origins game. That game, oh my God. I don't know if you ever played it for 360. That game is like pure like treasure. Like nobody expected it to be good. Like it's way better than the movie. If you put that out there, it's great.
That's always a pleasant
I'm trying
surprise.
to think.
Yeah. Especially something you kind of feel like that'd be doomed from the get-go, just like a movie game usually is.
Yeah.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for GameCube from TMNT. That was actually good.
I have it. It's fun. It's a good beat 'em up.
I'm trying to think. Oh, we could talk about go back to shit games because Ghostbusters. That game, I totally forgot about.
Yeah, we should have brought up
That's
Ghostbusters.
a movie game, but that game was pure shit.
In every fucking format other than Sega Genesis.
Yeah.
The NES one, shit. The Master System one, shit. The fucking Atari 2600 one, shit.
So what you're saying is they crossed the shit streams.
Yep.
But the one on 360 was actually pretty good. I don't know if you ever played it, but it's...
I got it on PS3. I had it on 360 originally, but
Wasn't it really
it is
short?
good. It's very short. That's my only complaint with it. Everybody knows I'm a huge fucking Ghostbusters fanatic. Went and bought that game opening day, beat it in 5 fucking hours, and it's just like, God,
It was short and sweet,
man.
though.
It is good. I can tell you this: the storyline for the Ghostbusters video game is going to be 1,000 times better than any of that shit they cobble out of the fucking reboots that are coming out. I promise you that. And the Ghostbusters game is actually the digital version of Ghostbusters 3. That game script was based off the original script that they couldn't use for a third
pretty
movie.
awesome.
Yeah.
So, in my opinion, that is the third Ghostbusters.
Spider-Man 2 for PS1 and GameCube.
Spider-Man 2 is a
Played
good
on
game.
GameCube. It was on PS2, actually.
Yeah, it was.
Trying to think. As much as I hate Jurassic Park for SNES, I love that game. I'm a huge Jurassic Park fan, but that's a huge one. What about you guys?
Brandon.
Mine probably gonna have to go to Star Wars. Star Wars, the whole Jedi Knight series was great on the PC.
Yeah.
Especially the dual mode. There's nothing greater than third-person lightsaber duels. They controlled really well. It was a fucking blast. Then the Knights of the Old Republic game, the 1 and 2. Fuck the MMO. The MMO shit. Don't play the MMO. The Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2. Back when BioWare knew what they were doing. They were really great RPGs based in Star Wars.
I actually like those better than Mass Effect.
Huh?
I like those better than Mass Effect or Dragon
Me
Age.
too.
Did you play the Revenge of the Sith game? Actually,
I have Revenge of the Sith.
that was actually really good. Like the Phantom Menace was pure shit. I don't know if they made one for Attack of Clones. I can't remember. I think the Clone Wars was the only one.
You talking about the hack and slash Revenge of the Sith, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And this
it's pretty
Xbox
good.
system.
Yeah,
This ties back to our shit games, but it was also a really good game. Is the Super Nintendo Star Wars games, specifically
So hard.
the Super Empire Strikes Back.
Super Empire Strikes Back is so fucking
Painstaking.
I don't think you would fit that in. I think that's more like frustrating games because those are great games, but
They
they're
were
so
freaking amazing.
goddamn hard,
Yeah.
man.
Those
If you
are
could
so many
grind through the
enemies.
difficulty of it, it
Dude,
was awesome.
The opening level in Super Star Wars where you fight the fucking Sarlacc.
Yeah.
Fuck that thing, man. Like,
It's like 20,000 enemies on the screen.
I can get past
Yeah,
that. I
like-
never can.
I remember, one of the main frustrating things, you'd sit there fucking whacking that thin air with your lightsaber because any second something's going to come off the screen and come at you. So you'd pass that to sit there and clear out tons of shit so you can move forward an inch.
The speeder scenes in Super Star Wars where you got to get to the Jawa,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
They did
Traveler,
make good use of the Mode 7 graphics for the SNES.
that they did. But
if you could get past the first level, you could get to where you could like fly an X-wing or the Millennium Falcon, and it was kind of the SNES Mode 7 graphics was a pseudo 3D, kind of like the almost like the Star Fox.
It's like parallax scrolling effects, pretty much.
Did you play TIE Fighter on PC or X-Wing versus TIE Fighter?
Yeah,
I have it.
Those are amazing.
Yeah.
If you get them on Steam, they've actually started adding the mods from the old school ones. So you can actually, because they made, after it came out originally, they were making mods for it to add story elements. And they're starting to add those on Steam actually, because they added it like last week, I think. It's only like $12. Like, it's one of the best space sims I can say that's ever came out.
Very nice.
Before Sony completely fucked it, Star Wars Galaxies. Great fucking MMO. One of the best of all time. And then Sony fucked it up so hard that the game died.
Speaking of movie games.
Didn't they shut down some of the emulated servers?
Some people over in Australia brought up some new servers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of movie games, though, and Sony killing shit, I know there's one that you've talked about before.
Which one?
Matrix.
Matrix, oh yeah.
Oh, God.
I don't know why that clicks in my mind. Matrix Online was fucking amazing for 3 months. 3 months, this is it.
That was the first MMO I ever played.
Did you play it on release?
Yes.
Okay.
I tried.
What? You remember what server you were on?
No.
Okay.
It's been so long. But I remember that was the first MMO I ever played.
I loved the fuck out of that game. I was in this big guild called the Collective. I don't know if that rings any bells with you. We were the machinist guild. Like, they pretty much set the standard for what it is to be a machinist in that game. Like, most people thought the people on the side of the machines were bad guys, but they weren't. They were people seeking peace and cooperation with the machines.
Yeah.
That's mainly because that guild in the online game. But yeah, that game was really ambitious for its time. Yeah. It still is, because what MMO has a fucking live action role playing paid team to play like the Oracle.
Yeah, no shit. Like NPCs that are paid to be there and guide you along your way.
You know, one of my fondest memories is talking to the Oracle and she's giving me a fucking cookie. You know, I had that till the game fucking shut down.
She's like lighting a cigarette and being like, well, this is what you're going to do.
And the hyper jumping on that game. I love the hyper jumping. Nothing beats jumping over a fucking skyscraper. I mean, it was awesome. And you land with this really satisfying thud. God, so many good memories in that game. And then Sony.
You mean you don't do that every way to work?
Man, I do, but I can't tell people about it.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, the agents should come after me. I really don't feel like fighting Smith.
Yeah, I get really tired of hearing Mr. McClendon all the time. Like,
yeah, he raped me in the chest with the sand one time. Like,
I watched it.
Yeah.
He come through the phone and done it.
Yeah. And speaking of Matrix games, what was the name of the one that...
Enter the Matrix.
Enter the Matrix or the Path of Neo.
Path of Neo was actually good, even though it deviated from the story.
I liked Enter the Matrix too, though.
I liked it for the story. For the gameplay, it was shit.
Is Enter the Matrix the one where you played as Ghost?
Yeah.
And Nairobi?
Nairobi,
yeah.
They were a continuation.
You played as Jada Pinkett Smith and some other motherfucker.
That was one of the genius elements to the Matrix, is the way it told the story across so many different medias. And
Animatrix, man.
Yeah, Animatrix is great.
Did you ever go on the website before the movie came out, or it might have been after the movie came out, but you could actually play PC games, and like it was like short little segments from the movie. There was one where you could literally play the whole entire lobby scene, and you could go around and like you could literally shoot the columns and they'd explode. It was crazy for like at the time, but it was really cool.
And then there's the Matrix comics that they did. They were really good.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Reloaded? I just want to the third one.
The movie?
Yeah. I know. I do not like the second and third one.
I like 1 and 3. 2 was the worst.
Yeah.
2 a little bit much like parried itself, in my opinion. Revolutions. Reloaded is the second one, right?
I thought Revolutions was a good ending to the series.
Revolutions, though, is the third one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm on the same page with y'all. I went and seen all 3 of them in theaters, but Reloaded kind of relies on the shit that the Matrix set up too much. Like the whole jumping up midair and being still, and like all the bullet time kind of shit. I feel like they overused that shit and Reloaded
too much in that one.
And I also feel like they made so much money from the first Matrix. They were just like, we're going crazy, because like in the first one they were like super budgeted. And like that's why it worked the way it did, and that's why it's so perfect.
Yeah, they didn't overuse CG.
And the second one, you got them cutting fucking
crazy.
Now the third
Escalades in halves with swords on the interstate and shit.
The third one, I mean, don't get me wrong, it used a fuck ton of CG, but
it's raw.
It wasn't as obvious as Reloaded.
They don't spend as much time in the Matrix in the third one as they do in the second one.
It is really dark and gritty through most of that movie.
Like, I love the sequence at the end where the fucking Sentinel Sentinels are like pushing through through the roof, and they're like fighting them off.
Yeah,
I love that
just
shit.
Just a hell of fucking bullets is taking them out, and eventually they just swarm them with numbers. They had more Sentinels than they had bullets.
Yeah,
and that's how they got through. And I really liked 3. I mean, it wasn't as great as 1. None of them could be, because the way 1 is blow your mind. The other ones couldn't compete with that.
Yeah,
I mean, no one could have pulled that shit off.
Nothing had really done that in cinema yet either. Like sci-fi. Like,
and another thing I loved about The Matrix is how much philosophy it touched on. There's a lot of deep philosophies. See, I've touched about this on our superhero episode, but Avengers, it was an okay action flick, but there's no fucking substance to it. You want a good action flick, The Matrix. There's so much depth to that movie. The further you dig into it, the more shit you'll find out. What is there the Avengers to find out?
I just want to say, I don't know anybody else that hates that movie. I hate the first Avengers movie. I do not like it. Like, that movie just grinds my gears. Like, it really bothers me.
There's no substance to it, and it relied too much on you having seen the other superhero movies that have any attachment to the characters.
Yeah. I mean, you couldn't just pick up at the Avengers and expect to know everything.
Right, alright, let's take it. Everyone knows who Spider-Man is. People who've never read a comic knows the basics of Spider-Man.
Yeah, look at Marvel. They got to reboot him.
Spider-Man movies spend some time building the character of Peter Parker. What character building was there in Avengers? There was none. There's nobody you got attached to.
Not even for Hawkeye or Black Widow. That's what really pissed me off.
Yeah.
And that's
they're like, hey, these guys.
Did you see the second one yet?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Yet.
That movie was everything I wanted out of the first one.
I think Avengers: Age of Ultron is so much fucking better.
Like, I'm glad to hear that. I'm gonna check it out eventually.
You can borrow my.
You
can. You can go to the theater and watch it like a good person.
I ain't gonna lie. I'll wait and I'll pirate the shit out of it when there's a good copy out. And if it's good, I'll get the fucking movie legitimately. I use pirating as demos. That's how I'll buy my games. I've been burned so many times. I'll pirate a game first. If I like it, I'll buy it. I saved myself $60 from buying WWE 2K15. That game is such a piece of shit.
That's what I heard from a lot of people.
I'm glad I downloaded it and tried it first. Because, I would have been so pissed. But what's our next question?
Back on,
Yeah,
let me answer. I didn't get to answer my question.
Yeah.
Oh.
My part for the... I'll make mine short and sweet because everybody's going to be like, that's fucking ridiculous. One of my favorite movie games, The Lawnmower Man on Super Nintendo. Dude. Hate all you fucking want. I like that game. I like it.
I love the movie.
The game's not terrible. I mean... It broke a lot of ground. It's another game that uses the hell out of Mode 7. It's got a whole virtual reality sequence where you have to like pilot pretty much through a virtual landscape, and it's fun. Everybody, y'all are all looking at me like I'm a crazy.
I've never played it, so
everybody's looking at me like I'm that dude that's just like, be wary of these woods, don't enter them, or you will die.
I'm the guy that goes and watches a movie, and if there's a movie game, I'll go buy the movie game and play it. And if I love the movie, then I'm gonna love that game. Like, except for take that back. The Green Lantern, I hate that movie, but that game is one of my favorite God of War reskins I've ever played. Like, I absolutely love that game because you actually go and you play with all the lantern cores and everything. Like, you get to fight with the blue lanterns and you get to fight against the red lanterns. I mean, it's, if you like Green Lantern stuff, like that's a really big.
Cool. That's cool.
Yeah. But back on the subject.
Does it have to? I don't guess it has to be like. I mean, y'all talked about.
I got a question. Does Mortal Kombat count as a movie game? Since they made a movie.
I mean,
if the game come out before the movie, I wouldn't.
It's a game movie then, I guess.
I liked Mortal Kombat the movie.
Oh god, I did.
Did you guys see Legacy?
Yeah, I have it. I got it on Blu-ray.
Amazing.
I like it. Yeah. You got a Blu-ray player?
Yeah.
I'll let you borrow Legacy tonight.
Okay.
It's fucking great. It's like gritty, real-world Mortal Kombat.
Huh.
It's awesome.
But Alien Isolation.
That game was amazing.
Hand down was one of my favorite.
My only problem with it was that it kind of lost whenever you get the flamethrower. It kind of
it does because all you gotta do is turn around and blast the alien one good time. And it's like fuck, run up the vent.
That's my only problem with it. It just kind of ruins the whole entire atmosphere. But that first part is just like amazing.
I really like Alien 3 on Super Nintendo as well. I really thoroughly actually enjoy that game.
And Infestation for DS. I don't know if you ever played it.
Yes, I have Infestation.
It's awesome.
That is a fucking great game.
I got it for like $2 from GameStop.
I picked up a copy for $4.99, I think, from Kmart, and I bought it because I'm a big Alien fan, and I was just like, we'll try it. Thoroughly surprised.
I had no clue that David Fincher, the guy that did 7, Gone Girl, like all
did
in
3,
Fight Club,
Alien 3.
Did Alien 3, and I totally read up about it. I was like, well, shit. And I was like,
you have a Blu-ray player?
Yeah.
I need to let you borrow the Alien quadrilogy. It's got a whole DVD that talks about the making of the Alien movies. And it spends an hour talking about Alien 3 and all the shit David Fincher went through to make that movie.
I saw an interview
he almost quit fucking making movies because of Fox and Alien 3.
Were there 2 other directors before him?
2 or 3.
Yeah.
They rewrote that script 9 times. Yeah. Alien 3. Alien 3 is one of them rare examples where the fucking game is great and the movie sucks shit. One of the few examples. So that answers that question. Thank you, Alex, for it. The next question comes from our buddy David up at Vault. And he wants to know what is the worst transaction you've ever made as a gamer. What's something that you sold that you fucking regretted selling?
Anything I ever sold?
Me too. But mine right now, off the top of my head, I sold a Sega Master System collection I had 40 complete CIB Master System games and a very nice Master System. I sold them all for very fucking cheap. It makes me sick. And I sold Earthbound, but I paid $5 for Earthbound and sold it for $170, so I can't bitch about it.
I think mine was probably my NES as a kid. I sold it in the yard sale for maybe $5 for everything. God, I wish I could go back in time and kick my ass. At the time, they were worthless, though. Retro gaming wasn't what it is now.
You didn't know that this shit was going to end up being worth near as much as it is. I knew it'd be worth something.
And being a kid, I didn't have the foresight to say, hey, why don't I just box this up instead of getting $5? That's not a big risk I'm running.
Yeah.
I traded in to Rhino at the time to get a Game Boy Advance. I traded in my Game Boy Color because I wanted to play anything and everything on Game Boy Advance. To this day, it's probably my favorite version of the Game Boy. But I traded in my Tommy Hilfiger yellow Game Boy Color, and that was one of my treasured possessions, but I really wanted a Game Boy Advance at the time. I traded in everything, all my Pokemon games, everything. And that was a big, and to this day I kind of feel bad about it, but Game Boy Advance is well worth it. I played anything that came out for Game Boy Advance at one point. It was amazing.
That was a great starter handheld that I got my stepson, because the original one that didn't fold up, it was a brick. It's hard to tear up.
There was hardly any, even the shovelware was even decent, because they're all platformers. They were, it was amazing. I don't know if you ever saw Evolution, the movie with David Duchovny.
Yeah, that Harold
was amazing.
That's not Harold Ramis, Ivan Reitman movie.
Oh, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Yep, that's an Ivan Reitman. Evolution actually evolved out of Ghostbusters 3.
That's interesting.
When they couldn't get a lock on Ghostbusters 3, Ivan Reitman and Harold Ramis started working on a side script, and that's what became Evolution.
I wonder if I can really see that now, insanely. I wonder if it's a little Easter egg or something, because that alien on the cover, there's 3 eyes.
Yeah.
I wonder if that has something to do with it.
It very well could.
I used to watch that movie all the time.
I like Evolution. I'm a huge Ivan Reitman fan. I mean, Ghostbusters is the shit. I like all the movies they did. Stripes, Ghostbusters, Caddyshack. Anything that's got Bill Murray or Harold Ramis in, I'm usually...
Yeah.
Stripes is one of my favorites. You can't leave! The plants are gonna fucking die! But,
And also, I had God of War 3, and that's to this day, my favorite God of War game. And I'd never gotten to play Lair, and I always wanted to play it, and I did not know that game was pure shit. because you got to control dragons and fly them around, and it uses six axes from PS3. And I traded my friend for God of War 3 for a layer, and that was awful. That was one of the worst games I ever played.
One more regret. This is actually a purchase of the game. Diablo 3. Biggest regret I've ever made in purchasing that game. I purposely stayed in the dark on the game because I fucking love Diablo 1 and 2. Play them so fucking much, and I saw Diablo 3 and I'm like, alright, I'm not going to get pumped for it. I'm just going to wait. It's going to release and it's going to blow my fucking mind. Oh my god, what a piece of shit. And I know for the latest expansion that they released for it's actually a decent game now.
They really shone that game.
But I felt so burned from the $60 that I gave them. I'm not going to give them another $20 for the game I should have got to begin with.
I would say I love Diablo 3. Like I played Diablo 2 also, and I still I never played Diablo 1, but Diablo 2 was awesome, and then Diablo 3, I absolutely love that game.
I could not.
I don't know if I've always played with friends, and because I've been in a guild for a long time in Diablo 3, and we've played even since season started. Now, we play every season, until we can't do anything else. So I mean, I don't know. But I mean, I'm a Blizzard. I play anything they put out. So
I used to really love Blizzard games, but
except WoW. I stopped WoW.
Yeah, after WoW, to me, they kind of went downhill.
I'm proud to say I never played WoW because I watched a bunch of people play that, and something about watching a person go did not seem fucking fun nor entertaining to me.
Speaking of WoW, I just wonder, they lost I don't know if you saw this. They lost
a lot of subscribers.
I think it was 3 million subs.
But they've made up for it with Hearthstone and what other.
Here's the Storm.
Yeah.
Here's the Storm. I'm not I played League for a year, and after that, I don't even play any other MOBAs after Here's the Storm.
I don't like any MOBAs. To me, they emphasize the thing I hate most about most modern strategy games is the micromanagement of your heroes and shit. That's all the MOBAs really are.
See, I like micromanagement. I love it. It's another layer to the game, and I feel that puts me on another level above people. If you're micromanaging and stuff, it's I get into that.
To me, I like the overarching strategy part better. I don't get into making my guys focus fire in one person. I guess that's why I enjoy the Sid Meier games better than StarCraft. Yeah, because it's more of an overarching strategy type thing.
RTSs are one of my main.
I really enjoyed the first StarCraft, the first Warcraft 1 and 2. 3 was okay.
I love 3.
But yeah,
I've
fallen off the Blizzard train.
The only other loss I can think of while I'm thinking about it, and it randomly hit me, I forgot this, and I'm going to sound like a fucking idiot when this comes out.
That's cool.
But, you said, you didn't... I appreciate it, buddy. You didn't fucking know that shit was going to be worth money back day. And in fucking 6th grade, I traded my friend Mark Johnson a fucking Virtual Boy with Tolero Boxer, Mario Clash, Mario Tennis, and Wario Land for Resident Evil.
I think my heart skipped a beat.
For just long box PlayStation Resident Evil. I got a brand new PlayStation for that Christmas. I fucking hated the Virtual Boy, and I'm like, I beat Final Fantasy VII. I need something else. Resident Evil was new, and he's like, I don't like Resident Evil, so I traded him. And now I'm just like, granted, my Virtual Boy didn't have a stand at this point. It was just,
of course, this is
the headset.
This is coming from a collector's standpoint, though, right?
Yeah.
Because from a kid's standpoint, the Virtual Boy was fun as a first-time novelty. And then once the novelty wore off, you're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah, or once the fucking first headache wears off from playing the motherfucker.
I don't remember why, but one of my cousins brought one to a family reunion, and I played that thing for several hours, and I don't think I have seen the same way as I have ever since.
Yeah, dude,
no joke. But Wario was so good on that.
Wario Land is fucking great.
Especially having a CRT TV glowed to your face.
It really is.
Because I remember my dad was like, you really need to get off that. And I was like, nope, I'm good. And I sat there for a few hours and played.
Well, if you were blind or if you had shitty eyesight in one eye, you couldn't fucking play the thing.
Yeah.
You have to have both working eyes to play it. And I'm just like... I mean, I have Mario Clash still sitting there, but no fucking Virtual Boy.
I imagine that game wasn't comfortable with glasses on either.
No. I just imagine it wasn't comfortable for anybody. That's why they put out fucking 14 games for it. And like, yoink, pull the plug on that shit.
I'm really excited. If we ever get a Power Glove in at GameStop, I'm really excited to buy that thing because I've always just wanted to hold one.
Yeah, it's one of them things I wanted as a kid, despite it being a piece of shit.
I had a fun experience with a Power Glove. I found one in a thrift store when I was like 22. This is like 7-8 years ago. And the inside of it smelled like puke. So I didn't even try it on. I just sat down. I'm like, no. I'm going to put my hand down in it and just like pull it back. This will be like skeleton hand from like corrosion. You know. I would love to have a fucking Power Glove. I would like to have a U-Force. The Konami U-Force. It was a peripheral for NES where you just wave your hands in front of like a grid. It doesn't work worth the shit either, apparently.
Still, like, it's really cool, like, that they even tried to do this sort of thing.
Pioneering technology that they were doing.
The cool. First people that start something, it's got to be shitty technology. But you got to throw the idea on the table, and that's when people come back later and refine it, you know, and make it better.
I mean, look where we are with the Oculus right now.
Oh, dude, I
got to go with the Vive.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm probably just going to stick with Oculus, but I might probably try the others.
2 hours.
Got another question, or is that it?
That was actually it. Alex and David's the only ones we heard from tonight. So, the rest of you fuckers that are listening need to get on the ball and start sending us questions.
Yeah, send us a question on Facebook or send us an email, podcast@goodolegamers.com, or go to the website. We have a contact us button. You click it and you'll see like a little form. You type in your name, what you want to tell us, you hit send, and it sends it straight to our email.
It ain't rocket science, folks.
It doesn't take a rocket appliance to know this.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, check us out on Facebook. Look for Good Ole Gamers Podcast. Twitter is @GoodOleGamers. Check out our Steam group. We're going to be doing our second giveaway soon.
We're actually going to be doing a Twitch cast from my Xbox One here in the next week or so. Me and Brandon's going to figure out something to do for that.
You find that at twitch.tv/GoodOleGamers. I think it's to join the Steam group. Look for Good Ole Gamers. Give us a review on iTunes, please.
Comments, we fucking need them. We need y'all's input.
I will give you all the hand jobs, all the calloused up machinist hand jobs.
I will force him at gunpoint to give you a hand job if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
Like, you heard it here. I have guns. He has hands. We can hook it up.
Even an occasional share on Facebook really goes a long way as far as like Google is concerned. The more shares and links to your site there are, the more visible you are. So it really increases our reach beyond just whoever sees that, because Google always sees it, and it helps a lot.
And if you guys want to ever play with us or anything, I'm on the Steam group, and I mean, I'll pretty much add anybody that wants to play some games. So if you add me on there, play some games.
You better do it. Don't jolly fuck around with it. Just do it.
Yeah.
There's nothing else really to say, I don't guess.
I don't believe so.
Same thing that we say all the time. Check us out. You can find all our info out there. If you're local to Coleman, Alabama, and you're around Vault, you can go in Vault, check their game selection out, buy shit. We got business cards in there. We'll have a poster soon, so if you need any of that info, it's on there.
I don't know their address off the top of my head.
I don't either.
I'm not good at directions. You know how to give someone general directions to the place?
If you're local to Coleman, get on 31 and
that's the road.
go to the South Shopping Center, and it's directly across the street. It's down by
a huge KFC sign.
It's in the
Foundry.
Yeah, it's by the Foundry, KFC. That's if you're local. If you're not, you don't have any fucking idea what we're talking about.
If you need directions, go on our website and click on the affiliates link. And you'll see a link to their website. You'll find an address.
Yeah. Or, Vault Games on Facebook.
Yeah, check them out on Facebook. I believe that about wraps it up.
It does. I'm Lyle McClendon, and once again, I'm here with Brandon Gentry, Nick Widener, And Nick, we're going to let you do it this evening. There's something around here we like to say at the end of every episode. We'll let you sign us off.
Game over, man. Game over.